Hello, everyone. Sally Field, the Academy Award-winning actress whose career has spanned more than 5 decades and who has become one of Hollywood's most respected and beloved figures, has now confessed the truth about Forrest Gump, the 1994 blockbuster that not only earned multiple Oscars but also became one of the most iconic films in cinema history. And her revelation has left fans both surprised and deeply moved, as it sheds new light on the behind-the-scenes realities of a movie that millions thought they already knew inside and out. Field, who played Mrs. Gump, the fiercely protective and endlessly devoted mother of Tom Hanks's titular character, has long been praised for her performance, which provided the emotional anchor of the film. But what many never realized was how difficult the role truly was for her, both emotionally and professionally, and how much of her own life and personal struggles she poured into the character, even when the cameras weren't rolling. In her candid confession, Sally admitted that when she first read the script, she wasn't entirely sure how audiences would respond to such a strange and unconventional story, blending comedy, tragedy, history, and fantasy, and she feared the character of Mrs. Gump might be reduced to a caricature of a Southern mother. But she ultimately accepted the role because she felt an almost spiritual pull toward it, seeing in Mrs. Gump the same resilience, sacrifice, and fierce love that her own mother had embodied, and recognizing an opportunity to bring truth to a character who could have otherwise been overshadowed by the larger-than-life story around her son. She revealed, too, that filming certain scenes, particularly the famous "life is like a box of chocolates" moment, and the heartbreaking sequences showing Mrs. Gump's determination to give Forrest a chance in a world that underestimated him, took a heavy toll on her because they reminded her of her own struggles raising children while navigating Hollywood, a world that often undervalued women and mothers. And she confessed that she would sometimes leave the set emotionally drained, questioning whether she had given too much of herself to the role. In her truth-telling, Sally also admitted that she never expected the film to become such a phenomenon, saying that during production there were constant doubts, with some cast and crew unsure if audiences would accept the odd mixture of historical events, computer-generated effects, and the quirky innocence of Tom Hanks's portrayal, and she confessed that she herself had moments when she thought the film might flop. Yet the success proved to her that sincerity, heart, and storytelling still mattered in a Hollywood increasingly obsessed with spectacle. More surprisingly, she revealed that her relationship with Tom Hanks added another layer of complexity to the role, as she had previously played his love interest in Punchline just a few years earlier, and stepping into the role of his mother required both of them to navigate an awkward transition. But she confessed that Hanks's professionalism and their genuine affection for one another made it easier, allowing them to laugh about the strangeness of Hollywood's casting choices while still delivering performances that resonated with audiences. Her confession has also reignited conversations about gender, ageism, and the challenges women face in Hollywood, with Field openly admitting that at the time she was already being pushed into mother roles despite being only 10 years older than Hanks. And while she embraced the role with grace, she confessed that it was also a painful reminder of how quickly Hollywood tries to age women out of leading parts, a reality she says has haunted her throughout her career. Yet what has made her confession resonate most deeply with fans is her admission that Forrest Gump was one of the few projects where she felt she was truly able to merge her craft with her truth, leaving behind a character who continues to inspire audiences decades later. And she confessed that even now, she is often approached by fans who thank her not for the glamour of Hollywood, but for embodying a mother who loved her child unconditionally, reminding her that sometimes the simplest roles carry the greatest legacy. Social media has exploded with reactions to Sally's confession, with fans praising her vulnerability and expressing gratitude for her honesty, while film critics have noted that her revelations provide invaluable context for understanding why Forrest Gump remains timeless. not just because of its historical cameos or Tom Hanks's performance, but because of the humanity Sally Field brought to a character who might otherwise have been forgotten. Sally's confession is not one of scandal, but of truth. A reminder that even in Hollywood, where stories are larger than life, the real magic happens when actors pour their own pain, joy, and lived experiences into their roles. And by admitting the depth of what Forrest Gump meant to her personally and professionally, Sally Field has given fans a new reason to revisit the film with fresh eyes, recognizing that behind every frame of Mrs. Gump's wisdom and sacrifice was a woman giving voice to her own truths, leaving a legacy that goes far beyond the silver screen and reminding us all why she remains one of the greatest actresses of her generation. Thanks for watching.